The Canadian Association of Fire Chiefs, meantime, has released their census of this year, warning of rising and potentially catastrophic dangers created by federal policies that continue to have fire and life safety in the blind spot. For more, Ken McMullen is my guest. He's the president of the Canadian Association of Fire Chiefs. Chief Mullen, good to have you with us, and thanks for taking the time today.
Well, good afternoon. Nice to be on your show again. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Chief McMullen, your takeaway here, what people need to know about some of these risks here.
Well, this census tells us something that we already kind of knew, which is if we don't change anything, you really can't expect anything to change. And that's really the sad reality here, is that we continue to come to Ottawa, we talk to policymakers, and there still continues to be some concerns within the Canadian Fire Service.
Yeah. So what is what's the logjam here? What's the issue?
Yeah, there's a whole host of things. We continue to see a reduction of firefighters across this country, and hard to believe for some of your viewers, but the reality is there's 125,000 firefighters in this country made up of career, composite, and volunteer firefighters. About 89,000 of those individuals are volunteers, people that give back to their communities in other ways rather than in employment in firefighting. We're seeing a reduction of that. You see the strain that's put on these individuals, and over time, they just choose to give back to their communities in different ways. The cost of equipment, we are seeing skyrocketing inflation for our cost of equipment. Everything from our personal protective equipment and so much of the stuff that we see on our apparatus, all of that is getting more expensive. We know municipalities are stretched in their budgets, so those are conversations that we have to continue to have. And there's a voice and there's a role of our federal government to support fire services across this country.
You were talking about manpower, and obviously that is directly related as well to housing growth that we're seeing, Chief McMullen.
We are absolutely have a concern. We believe that that this need for affordable housing is imperative. We have to have that. We know that municipalities want to build faster, cheaper. As the fire chiefs, we want to make sure that it's also done safely. And that's that policy conversation. That's where we believe that a voice within the federal level through a national administration or something within the federal government would allow the fire chiefs to come in and give our thoughts and opinions and expertise on building at the right time. And unfortunately, right now, what we often find is we're brought into the conversations very, very late. And in some cases, it appears that we're just coming to bring in obstacles. Have us part of the conversations earlier on. It won't appear as though it's just obstacles. They're observations based on data. It's observations based on proof that we can bring some education to the policies to help make it safer for all Canadians.
Yeah, we just want to bring up a graphic here for people at home. Chief McMullen, you're familiar with these numbers in the census. 20% of fire departments receive federal funding for wildfire-related equipment. 60% of fire departments deferred the purchase of needed equipment to replace equipment that is aged beyond 20 years. 70% feel they must change their training and equipment to keep up with building codes. This also sort of dovetails with what we've seen in terms of wildfires and that equipment as well, sort of these gaps in funding and frankly, awareness, I would gather, Chief.
100% why we've got 50 fire chiefs here in Ottawa for the next 2 days having these important conversations with elected officials. We've been here before. In fact, we've been here several times. The fact of the matter is, when there's a change in government, when there's a change in ministries, often we have to go back to step one. We have to introduce who we are. We have to convince politicians that we are a trusted voice to policies and trusted voice to government. And that takes time. It takes time to establish relationships. We're back here again today, and in some cases we're repeating the messages that we already have given to government, and in other cases we're reinforcing some of the data that we've already provided.
So a national fire administration would really help to coordinate, centralize, and better plan in advance?
It's exactly that. It's around ensuring that there's proper communications with fire chiefs at the right place at the right time on important national level incidents and national level information that, again, not only ensure Canadians, but it'll ensure all of the first responders that to help protect this wonderful country.
Chief McMullen, good to see you. I appreciate you taking the time for us today here on CTV News Channel.
Thank you for always, and take good care. Stay safe.